You have been crushing it recently. You've worked with some incredible creators in the space. You went from $30 an edit to 2K a month to 25K a month.
We're pushing towards 30.
Nice.
No one is gonna do anything for you, like unless you are willing to put in the work. Like I worked my ass off without anyone looking over me.
What other factors would you tell an editor who's like, I want to be a good editor, I want to work with people like Sven?
I think the biggest things be like working with the biggest people, I guess, is for sure.
So we're here today with Sven. What's up, Sven?
Yo, what's up?
Dude, you have been crushing it recently. You've worked with some incredible creators in the space. So why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about your journey before coming and joining VP Plus, but also just as an editor in general?
So my journey starts at like me just playing games and just wanting to kind of create content around it. Like, so I tried all the kind of stuff, but I couldn't really record. I wasn't really the best person on camera, I would say, back then. And then I just went for like epic montages from like gaming. So I would play like Valorant or Fortnite or whatever, and then just made like a montage out of it. That's basically how I started. Like, they're still somewhere on my Twitter, but please don't go search for them. It's cringe. But
Link in the description.
yeah, well, but it's like it was really like, for me at least, it was pretty bad if you look back at it now. Um, and then like at one point I kind of just I grinded out like a montage or any edit or like any example of my work every day on Twitter. And then I found like a American organization, like an esports team. That's where I like find my first like content editing for like maybe like $30 or something. Like it wasn't not much. It was pretty shit, but it was fun. Like at the end of the day, I could do what I like to do, and then basically did like a couple of more of those. And then I saw a post of like a big YouTuber in the Netherlands who was looking for an in-house editor on their office in Amsterdam, and I kind of just went for the post. I put my application in and I did the trial. I worked like for 2 to 3 days with almost no sleep because I was at the work, like at my normal job, like part time.
Yeah.
Um, so and then like I hit the job, like I got the job from like, it was like 60 people participating or something. It was crazy. It was like, and then it's like at that point it kind of went like, okay, I can finally live my dream like of being an editor. So I got like a salary, which like, yeah, it was like a normal office job kind of style. I just worked from Monday to Friday, normal hours, but of course like there was still weekends I had to work because things weren't done yet.
Yeah. Classic.
Um, yeah, but overall, I think that's where I started. And I went to some crazy events. Fit Summit is like the biggest one. Like you pay a lot of money for it. But luckily, we could get it through the business. Like I could just go there with like, because Quebbelkop was a speaker.
Mm.
Um, so I could just like go with him, and I could go to all kinds of crazy parties and meet up with like a lot of big YouTubers. So that was like the first time I could like actually see those other big creators in person, which was like kind of wild. That's where I
Yeah.
met like Hayden. Like just spoke with him, eat dinner with him. Like it was really wild because like 3 or 4 months back, I was like legit a nobody. At that point, still on the table, I was still a nobody. But
Yeah.
then some people started to know me a little, and
That's
then
awesome, bro. Why don't you
yeah.
like kind of describe a timeline here? So what year did you start editing in-house, and in what year were you kind of in Bit Summit before you started to take things to your own side?
Well, the Fit Summit and going in house was the same year. So I joined in
Mm.
like June, July, and then in September, October ish. That was the like the moment we went to LA for Fit Summit. So it was kind of fast. And yeah, like
Last year.
before, I started like, now that it was like 2022, I think.
Mm.
But I started like editing in like 2020. Like it was
Oh
way
wow.
before that. I kind of just grinded for like 2 years, earning nothing, but like not doing it for fun,
Yeah.
because I was gaming anyway. I was like kind of addicted to gaming. So at the end of my gaming days, I just sit there and just did some editing while on like Discord chats with friends and stuff, like just hanging out.
Nice.
Um, So yeah, that's basically how I started. I just did it because I thought it was fun. I never thought I would earn any money from it. Like, I think that was the biggest thing for me. Like, even though there was no views, there was no people reacting on my stuff, I still thought like I did something cool. So
You
that's
liked
kind
it.
of
You
what
had the passion
pushed
for
me
it.
through it, you know?
Yeah.
But like at that point, like where we were left off, it's like I kind of at the end of the year ish, or like at the start of the year, like in February or something, we the contract like got terminated. Like it was they wanted to go a different ways. They wanted to do vlogs and stuff, and there was like not really any editor needed anymore. That was expensive as I was. Like he just
Mm-hmm.
went for like a like more like cheaper option, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was back on like I was back to just going fully on my own, which was scary at the time. Like I never did it like before, so I was like, okay, how do I do this? Um, so that's when I just started reaching out to a lot of people. Quebecop also helped me a little bit, just reaching out to a couple of his friends. Um, but I also had like a lot of contacts from Vid Summit, so I kind of reached out to everyone in the space that I knew,
Use your
and
network.
yeah, I just used my network. Like I know I randomly met someone from vidIQ in like a like somewhere on the event, and
Mm.
that guy gave me like a couple of clients already. Like he was just down to give me anything he thought was like I was like good, even though he barely knew me. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, so that helped me a lot, like to start up, and I found like a client I work with till this day, like for like 2 years, 2.5 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he had just a post on Twitter again, and I just like looked for like every day I was just going on Twitter and I was like looking for editor, and then I just scrolled through all the posts and see who was looking for it and if there was like any good opportunities, and then I just like used my portfolio that I built up at this point to
Awesome.
just get the clients.
I love
Um,
that. Very proactive approach using the network that you had. At what point did you decide to join the community VP Plus?
it was at I think in like March or like somewhere like maybe like start of last year.
Okay.
Uh, I was talking to Jack for a long time because at that point I kind of earned a little bit already, um, and I was like doing fine for my own. Like I was just living at home, saving up a bunch of money. It was fine, um, but I wanted to just go to the next level, and I want to know more about how to reach out to people or maybe even go bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I reached out to Jack because I've seen him a lot on my like feed, and I was like, is it just like an editing like starting up kind of style, which I'm already past that probably. But then yeah, I joined and I basically followed like the blue path a little bit, but not much because I wasn't really like I was posting quite a bit on like Twitter, like just for fun, just putting stuff out if I thought it was cool.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, then at one point, like I kind of just start posting, and a lot of people just reached out to me right away. But I was like, this is kind of these clients are not really attractive for me because I'm also thinking about my time and what I like what it's worth to do. Um, so then I just went and just like reach out on YouTube jobs and stuff like that. So, but like a lot of those clients that I got from YouTube jobs are like kind of like short term because
Mm-hmm.
they're looking for like an ideal editor which is cheap and does like extreme stuff, I guess.
Yep.
Um, but like at that point is I just I kind of just like all my big clients that I've worked with and still this day are all because of my connections before, like from
Mm.
events and from just getting to know people, even people that you might think are not worth your time. Like they sometimes just come out there and are like, "Yo, I got like a big like a friend of mine who needs like an editor," and it's like, "Oh shit!" Like he's paying either a lot of money or it's just like a real big guy, like someone I met. I don't know where. Like I just randomly met him online. I started following him and he asked me about what I did, and then he's the guy that gave me like Law by Mike, which is a really big client of mine,
Yep.
and Matthew Beam, which
Nice.
like two of them are just like really big like clients.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Which
I love
yeah,
that.
those are like great people to work with. Um,
So when you, so you went from doing $30 edits to working a full-time job. What was the salary at that time?
it was like around 2K ish.
Okay, like 2K a month. Where are you at now using all your connections, having joined the community, having made content, having kind of taken things a lot more seriously?
Well, like for me personally, or also with my agency, because like there's like people like that. I don't really have an agency. I just people have working for me, which I'm not really saying agency. Like it's kind of just a. I'm not really
Your
using
business,
multiple.
like
Yeah, my
what's the
business
revenue of the
kind of.
business?
My business is like around 20 to 25K now ish.
A
We're
month?
pushing, yeah, a month.
Nice.
So we're pushing towards 30. But
Nice.
it's like I just need to train another editor for that. Like I need to like otherwise I cannot really handle the clients like extra, and I want to keep the quality for sure instead of
Of
just
course.
like getting as many as possible and just like maybe burning out my editors as well.
Yeah, that's crazy. You went from $30 an edit to 2K a month to 23 to 25K a month. What does it feel like to now be teaching an editor that's working with you and kind of passing down that knowledge?
Well, it's great. Like I love learning like learning people's stuff. And it's like the best thing you can do is like you can see someone grow.
Mm,
Um, it's so nice. Like you can see someone go from like okay, I don't know anything, and then you just like learn step by step. And at one point, you don't really have to help him anymore because at one point maybe he gets even like better at stuff that you can even because they're just like they're I guess uh, talented like more talented than me in certain parts.
yeah.
Um, and I can teach them the other parts that I'm probably better at. So I think that's it's also really a good one to just look for the right people. Like if, for example, you're good at sound design and cutting, and you're not that good at visuals, then find someone that's already good at visuals, and then learn them
Mm.
the other things.
And how do you
I think
find your editors currently?
I went through like the process that you told me. It's like where just go out and put like a type form out and just kind of just get a lot of applicants through
Hmm.
email, and then just kind of filter them like who you think are worth it and who you want to give a shot. And
Yeah.
it's like kind of a big process where like okay, they need to just be good at like a lot of things, but I think communication is the biggest one. like I
Facts.
cannot work with like a really good editor that doesn't communicate, that doesn't deliver on time,
Yep.
or doesn't let me know that he's not going to deliver on time. So
Is that one, or what other factors would you tell an editor who's like, I want to be a good editor, I want to work with people like Sven. What do I need to do to become a good communicator?
I think the biggest things to be like working with the biggest people, I guess, is for sure communication, but also like it's not always about like okay, I let my creator know every day what I did or what I'm gonna do, but also just be a kind of a friend sometimes. Like for sure, if you work with YouTube channels, like these people are just people as well. They got big by doing their passion, but at the end of the day, they're not more than you.
Mm.
At the end of the day, they want friends. Like if you go, for example, like, okay, Eric is now like no longer with Mac, but they were best friends, and that's why they grew so fast. It's like they have really good chemistry with it, and that's
Yeah.
like an editor and a creator. You
Mm.
have Hayden with Logan, like they had also a really good like relationship. Like all these success stories about editors and creators and long term relationships with that is like they're just friends and like they could hang out together as well.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
awesome.
saying that like you need to be friends with every single creator you work with, but at least don't try to be a dick and always and only do it for the money. I would always do it for like because you care about the people that you work with,
Yeah.
because you cannot expect them to care about you if you don't care about the channel.
100%.
Um, so like that's always what I've done. Like even though how big or small they are, and I've seen from like experience that like all these moments where like okay we're not working together anymore. It's like always in a video chat that both of us have like problems with like okay I don't know like this sounds really shit that we're not working together anymore. Like I never went away by like just a text like I'm not gonna work for you anymore. Like it's always been splitting like our ways together with like mutual, and we both really don't want it, but it's best for both kind of stuff.
For
Um,
sure. What
so
in
yeah,
terms of like how has your mindset changed from charging, per edit, very, very small amounts, to now working with these guys and knowing that you can charge more, but you also deliver better quality content because the content is more valuable to them.
It's good. Like I always, I'm really bad at pricing. I would say I still feel bad. Like at one point, I'm like, I work with these big creators, and I think if someone has like just the balls to just say, okay, boom, I want this, I'm not really the guy that does it. At one point, like you will get up higher because they will appreciate your work and they will comment with like themselves are just like, yo, you're under charge a little bit sometimes. I'm not saying that you should like please just charge your fair price. Um, but I think me wanting to prove that I bring quality and show them first and then ask for a raise that way is like kind of or like ask for money after like and I think that's the best thing ever. Like people are like, yo, let me pay you more. Now there's people actually coming to me which they come in and they have like prices that I just cannot refuse anymore. Like they want to see me do like the work they love. Like they come to me with like, okay, this is the video you've edited. I want the same
Mm,
style. I want your style, and I pay this amount for it. And I'm like, damn. It's
yeah.
like I wouldn't even ask for that much money. Like if you just let me reach out to you, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy. What an incredible position to be in, where people are really wanting your work and they will really pay for it. But that's what a lot of
yeah,
people want.
yeah.
In terms of like, say somebody was trying to think about joining Video Production Plus, trying to take their editing journey seriously, and they were a little bit unsure. What would you tell them?
I think it's a great investment. Like you can see all the success stories in the community, and it's not really like I'm not saying they're selling you the secret stuff. I think they tell you what to do. For sure, like they give you like stuff to work on, and you can get like feedback every week on whatever you did, and no one is gonna like be like everyone's gonna tell you the truth. And there's like a big community in there that you can ask feedback to as well if you really need it, like on the spot. There's always someone awake. There's like people from all over the world. Um, and I think basically it just motivates you because like even me, I was doing very successful. Like I think I joined when I had like around 10K a month, kind of burned out because I overworked like crazy. But it's still like if you see all these people post every day and they work their asses off, it's like damn, I need to do more. So
Mm,
I think if you see other people in your community that does the same kind of work and they do more than you, that should motivate you.
yeah,
Because if they didn't make it yet and they do put all that work out, then you need to outwork them kind of,
yeah.
or be smarter, like work smarter and just have it done faster.
Mm-hmm.
So I think basically what I would say is like it's a good investment. If you work hard, you will get it back. Like you need to just like no one is gonna do anything for you like unless you are willing to put in the work. Like I worked my ass off without like anyone looking over me, but now there's a whole community looking at you as well and keeping you accountable,
Yeah, for sure.
which gets a lot easier. And I think
Yeah,
the moment you, I think the moment you just join and you just follow the instructions and the guides that are available, which there's so many, um, you for sure like if you follow them step by step and don't slack on like not posting enough or not following them like exactly, I think you cannot complain. Like it's
yeah,
like you just if you follow them, like there's for sure like there's so many people looking for an editor. Like there's so much video content produced every single day and posted. Then like and me even me like I'm getting reached out every day by so many people that could have also been in your inbox if you do the work, you know, and you've
yeah.
been like you need to be shown like on the feed, and if you're there, then people will reach out to you because everyone needs an editor, kind of.
For sure, bro. Awesome. Dude, thank you so much for giving your time. If somebody had questions to ask you, like where could they reach out?
It's probably best on my X, like my Twitter. It would be Sven underscore VFX, I think. I don't really
I'll
know
put it on
what
the screen.
yeah, just put it on the screen. But
Awesome, bro.
you can reach out to me there. I think that's the best way possible, and I will check the DMs and just respond to questions you have. And if you have any questions, you can drop them also underneath the video, and I'm happy to respond as well.
Awesome, bro. Congrats on your success, man. You're killing it.
Thank you.
And then before we go, what's the ultimate goal with your business?
Well, for the business, it's to be successful and have like this for like another 10 to 20 years, maybe longer, like have it sustainable. Maybe grow it out to a sort of like a maybe a educational style that I can learn, like teach a lot of editors my ways, how I've done it in the past, and how to become like one of like YouTube's greatest editors. And my
I like
personal
that.
goal would be to become like the greatest editor. Like I'm building up like quite a bit now, and I'm working with like a bit like big creators, and they all like have trusted me. So I think I'm the only one that can prove that I'm actually the best editor, and I will be. Uh, and I'm just gonna grind for it like for years. So I
Love
hope
that, bro.
to,
I think you're very close.
yeah, I hope to talk back in like a couple of years, and then I can tell you like I said it that I was gonna be greatest, and then I'm at the top.
And now you are. And
Yeah,
now you have a YouTube channel and everyone's coming to you. So that'd be sick. I love that.
yeah,
Awesome, Sven. Thank you so much.
yeah.
And I hope you have a good rest of your day, man.
You too, man.